Hello YouTube friends, Ben Ochart here. Thank you for tuning in. You know, nobody likes losing a fish, any fish, but especially if it's one of your fish that you've become very attached to and that you know, one of your special fish. We all have fish that we're, you know, we love them all, but there's a few that are just kind of special. I had just posted a picture of this fish because he was looking so spectacular on Instagram, which is kind of the irony of the whole thing. And the next morning I wake up and he's on his back and dead. And this is not uncommon, unfortunately. And I've often read questions from folks about, hey, I don't get it. My fish looked great. Today he's dead and I don't know what happened. Short of doing an autopsy, you'll probably never know what happened. But more often than not, I suspect that fish are a lot like people. People can just fall over and drop dead. You get an athlete who one day falls over because they had a defective heart. You get a person who seems in good health but had something undetected. Fish can be the same way. They're biological life forms that can have things going on. And so a fish can appear good and then just be gone. Things you need to look for, of course, is how's the rest of the tank doing. If the rest of the tank is vibrant and healthy and active, chances are it wasn't disease. What you had was a sort of one-off, unique situation that was specific to that one fish. Still, it still hurts, and it still hurts not to know exactly why, but certainly beating yourself up about it and worrying about it is not going to help. But fish do die suddenly. Sometimes when you buy them, you really don't know how old they were when you bought them, and they just lived out their life. Other times they can have something, genetically, wrong with them that causes them to tip over. In this tank, I mean, there's a chance that my ruby red was being harassed. I wasn't seeing it. I didn't really see a lot of any real fin damage on the fish. You folks saw the picture I posted, but I know that the lemon Jake was acting a bit worked up, and even though he was considerably smaller, lemon jakes and that family of peacocks can be very, very aggressive. If you've ever had a lemon jake or an otter point or these kinds of fish, you know what I'm talking about. So maybe in the night, maybe he harassed him very heavily, got him under severe stress, and actually aggravated something that was going on. So that might have been the case, but again, it's a mystery. I'm not sure. I do know that from time to time, you can lose one fish, and it's never easy, but it does happen, and it can be due to age. It could be because of something undetected that fish had been carrying around for quite some time. Again, in my case, I have to look at all the fish and see how all the rest of them are doing, and as you can see, I mean, they seem quite alert, colorful, bright, and I don't think I have something that is tank wide going on, but still it wasn't easy to lose that fish. So at any rate, if you've had a fish that suddenly just tipped over and with no signs, I'd be curious to get your thoughts on it. And if you discovered why it died, that would be very interesting to me, and I'm sure other folks who are reading the comments, the Convo gang, who read and participate in the comments underneath my videos. All right. So I hope that helps for anyone who's lost a fish. Keep in mind, don't beat yourself up too badly. Sometimes they do have shorter lifespans, just like humans. Some humans fall over at 45 or 50. Some go to 110, and sometimes the one that went to 110 was smoking and drinking the whole time. I mean, the one that died at 50 died at the gym while they're on the treadmill. I mean, it's really hard to say. So if it happens with humans, I imagine it can happen with fish as well, especially when they're living in a very confined glass box, very different from what how they'd be living in nature. All right, you can make pros and cons for both ways. Being fed regularly, under controlled conditions that are pretty clean. There's a lot to be said for that. Is life better here than in the lake? That's an argument for another video. All right, Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the content of this channel, be sure to hit that bell and sub if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have already. And join me on Saturdays for cichlids and coffee, the live stream. I try and put those on every Saturday if I can. And of course, we have a Facebook group, ben.o.cichlid. And follow me on Instagram if you just can't get enough at ben.o.cichlid. Thank you so much, folks. And let's just enjoy the fish for a minute and we'll end off. Thank you so much.